Don't try to sneak into your room like that. I know what you've got behind your back. Records. More new records.
You know, every once in a while, a product comes along that doesn't really, you can't do it justice by just taking a picture of it. So it needs a video. And one of those such products is this. This is the Jico Seto-Hori Remodel cartridge built into a head shell. I'm going to show it to you in a second. I used it in the full review of the Technics SL1200 GR2 that's behind me there. I'm not going to tell you about the turntable because I want you to read the review that's up on trackingangle.com. That's the best way to understand how this turntable works and what's involved in the technology is by reading the review, okay? Not by me blabbing about it. So, but the cartridge, which I used in the review, and you'll see a picture of it in the review, is this. It's in this box. Okay, first of all, this is easily the best looking cartridge box ever. It is absolutely, it's a work of art. And maybe you're saying, I don't care about a work of art, I want to know how it sounds. But that's a whole nother story. Let's just talk about how it's packaged, all right? And then to open it, you just lift up here, and watch what happens. The cartridge pops out of the box. It's like, I don't want to make any analogies, but you know, this is so beautiful you could, never mind, I'm not going to say. So, this is the presentation. Now, how do you get it out of here? Well, that's very simple. You just push, and you turn. It's not easy. Push and turn. It's in there really tight. They don't want you to screw it up. You push and you turn and it comes out, and there it is. And then you put the case away, or you can display the case, or you can put another cartridge in there. If you got another cartridge on a head shell, you can put it in there and lock it in and then close it up. Like that. Just like that. All right, now, here's what's interesting about this cartridge. So, it's a ceramic body, as you can see, and it's got a boron cantilever and a micro ridge stylus. So that means it's got lots of detail. It's a high output moving coil with an output of 2 millivolts. So it's in between a 4 millivolt moving magnet cartridge and a typical 0.5 millivolt moving coil cartridge. So it needs, if you're going to use it with a just a moving magnet stage, it's got to be a quiet one, because it's going to have to put a lot of gain into it. They recommend that you use a transformer. It's got 130 ohm internal impedance, which is pretty high. That means it's got a lot of coil turns. That's how you get the voltage up to 2 millivolts. Very beautifully made, and they designed it so that the center of gravity is right where the center of the head shell is. You see this line right here. So that's for the performance, the tracking performance. This is very, very heavy. This assemblage weighs 27.5 grams. So if you're going to use it in a Technics turntable, you're going to have to use the auxiliary weight in the back, and you're going to have to rotate the counterweight all the way back, just about all the way back, and then you'll get it to balance, and it tracks at 2 grams. So I'm going to read to you, I'm going to carefully place it over there, and I'm going to read to you the specs, because I didn't memorize all the specs. I didn't. By the way, it costs $4,000, so it's costly. So I put a $4,000 cartridge into a $2,199 turntable. And I'm going to record some stuff for you, so you'll be able to hear it at the end of this video. You'll hear what it sounds like. So it's a 2 millivolt output, as I said, 25 dB channel separation at 1K, which is pretty good. 2 grams, 15 to 32K frequency response, load resistance 47K, DC resistance, that's the internal resistance of the cartridge, is 130 ohms. they recommend that you use this with a step-up transformer, which is kind of unusual because usually you just want to plug these things in directly. But they say use it with a step-up transformer, and use a step-up transformer that has it seeing about 130 ohms, which is also interesting because that means they want to match the internal impedance of the cartridge with what it sees from the transformer. So I've used it mostly into a really fine moving magnet section, and then used the CH Precision P10, which is a $76,000 phono preamp, and believe me, it's worth every penny of it. And it's got a loading wizard function where you play a test record and you give it a range of loading options, say between, let's say, 30 kilohertz and 50 kilohertz, which is kind of in the target range of what they recommended 47K. Because 47K for moving magnet cartridges is really not the standard. I mean, it's the standard, but that's not necessarily the best loading for every moving magnet cartridge. They just made it that to make it easy for people. But with this loading wizard, you can see what the ideal load is to flatten the response. And in the case of this cartridge, it was 49K, and it was considerably flatter. But 47K is fine too. I'm going to give you a recording at 49K, and then I'm going to give you a recording through a transformer where the cartridge will see 130 ohms from the transformer into a 47K load. Okay, that's the cartridge. So of course, the first thing I'm going to record for you is the record that I executive produced. This is Rufus Reid Presents Kalen Cardello, which is done really, really well. It's sold really, really well, and we're very proud of this record. And Kalen and Rufus are playing so well together. They've played a number of times now, and every time I go see them, it gets better and better each time. But this one's pretty good. And they both signed this for me, and I'm so excited by this. So, of course, I don't have to worry about the copyright police coming after me because, you know, not a problem. So I'm going to play the song Bolivia by Cedar Walton, and I'm going to record it using the CH Precision P1's moving magnet input first. Okay, through this.
We're going to change the pace now and
now
actually
installed.
Another pianist that I dearly love, and his name was Cedar Walton, and we're going to play a composition of his called Bolivia.
Okay, so here's a few minutes, only a few minutes of Neil Young, Don't Be Denied, from the reissue of Time Fades Away. That's absolutely fantastic. It's all analog, cut by Chris Bellman at Bernie Grumman's. It's analog tape, analog, analog, analog. So let's just play it. Just a few minutes of that.
When I was a young boy, my mama said to me, your dad is leaving home today. I think he's gone to stay. We packed up all our bags and drove out to Winnipeg. When we got to Winnipeg, I checked into school. I wore white bucks on my feet when I learned the golden rule. said to me, your dad is leaving home today. I think he's gone to stay. We packed up all our bags and drove out to Winnipeg. When we got to Winnipeg, I checked into school. I wore a white box on my feet when I learned the golden rule.
Okay, well there you have it. So you got to hear this fantastic cartridge built into a head shell. You got to hear it two different ways. You got two different tracks. You got Neil Young and you got the Rufus Reid and Kalen Cardello record, which I think sounds great. And you heard it once with the cartridge loaded through a transformer. I'm not going to get into which transformer it was or what the loading was because that's not really relevant to this. And the other one was directly in to the phono preamp without any transformer in between. So you tell me which you like better. I know which I like better, but it doesn't matter what I like better. It matters what you like better. That's it. That's a Seto-Hori Remodel cartridge. It's $4,000. It's expensive, but I think it sounds really good. Kicks butt. From Jico, the company that makes the stylus replacements for Shure and other people as well. That's it. Now I'm going to pack it back up carefully, which I'll show you, and send it back because I'm done playing with the $4,000 cartridge. Okay, that's it. And please read the review of the SL1200 GR2 on trackingangle.com. I think it's a good review. Of course, I wrote it. I think it's a good review. I think it goes over all the issues involved with Technic's SL1200 turntables and all the various models and all the people saying they all sound the same. It doesn't matter which one you buy, blah, blah, blah. All right, so I'll show you how you pack this thing up here. So you put it in there and you line up the little lug and then you turn it like that. Now it's locked in. There it is. And then you say, bye-bye. We're sending you back from where you came. We really enjoyed listening to you. It's like Tales from the Crypt. We're sending you back. We're putting you back inside the case, never to come out again till the moon is full. Actually, the moon is full tonight, so that's interesting. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.